In this episode, we will look at ways to add video content to your Bitmoji virtual classroom. We will also look at 2 ways to share the content with your students, weighing the pros and cons of each method. Let's put the finishing touches on your Bitmoji virtual classroom and get it ready to share with your students. One thing that I didn't mention in the last episode, and I would like to touch on now briefly, is how you can add a video into your Google Classroom as well. We're going to add that just the same way that we did other things. That is by going to Insert. We're going to insert a video. And then in this box, you can choose the way that you would like to share video. You can upload something from your Google Drive if you already have it there. You can do a copy and paste of a URL somewhere out on the website. Right now, I just searched for YouTube, went over and grabbed the video that I first did to explain Bitmoji Classroom, and I'm going to put that video in here. Just like all of our other objects, you can resize and position, and we're just going to put that there for the time being. All right, now that we have our classroom looking the way that we want it to look, and we're ready to share it with our students, there are a couple different ways that we can do that. The first way that I want to show you is just a direct share of the Google slide. Once I've shown you both ways of sharing, we'll look at some of the benefits, some of the drawbacks of both of these ways. But the first way is to go into your Google Classroom and then share something with your class. Go to Add. What we're going to add is in our Google Drive. And what we want to share is the Bitmoji Classroom. We have to type something in this box before it will allow us to post. So let's just call this one direct slide and post. And it's that simple. Anyone that's in your Google Classroom can now go and view that slide. The one caveat is that in order to get access to that Google slide, the person must be using a Vigo County School Corporation email. That may not be the case right now. Next year, all the students should have emails and it shouldn't be a problem, but you may have someone that is in your Google Classroom. Maybe a parent is wanting to participate or whatever. So the way that you can get around that, if you want your audience to be larger than just people with Vigo County School Corporation emails, is that you will go back into your drive. You will do a right click on what it is that you want to share. You will get a shareable link. And here's where you get to choose if you want to restrict, if you want only people within the Vigo County School Corporation to have access, or if you want anyone with the link to have access. For now, that's what I'm going to choose. Although I didn't copy the link. Let me go back in, get shareable link, anyone with the link, copy the link, done. Now when you go back into your Google Classroom and you want to share with your class, now you're going to add a link. We copied that a moment ago, so now we paste the link, add it, and that should be a link then that anyone would have access to. So let's call this direct slide to and post. All right, so as a review, we just basically shared something with the class. In this one, I just went to Google Drive and uploaded it. This one, I went back in and did a copy and paste of the link. So on the student side, it's going to look exactly the same. It's just a matter of how you uploaded it and who has access to it. The other approach to sharing your Bitmoji classroom is to go back into your slide, and we need to save it as a PDF file. The process for doing that is to go to File, Download, download it as a PDF. When you click on that, it will ask you where you want to download the file. I'm choosing to download it to my desktop. And you will see that it has been downloaded to my desktop. At this point, you'll need to go back into your drive and upload that PDF file. So I'm going to go to New. I'm going to upload a file. Go find the file wherever you saved it. And you will see the dialog box down here. It will upload that file into your drive. So if I refresh, I should now see both my slide version and my PDF version. To share the PDF, you're going to do exactly the same thing. Go into your Google Classroom, share something with your class. You're going to add from your Google Drive the PDF. We have to type something in, so let's just do PDF and post. Like I said, there are benefits to both of these ways. There are some disadvantages to both of these ways. So I'm going to go into the student view, show you what they look like. That way you can make an informed decision of the best way that you would like to upload your documents. So if I go over to, I already had a tab open. So I'm looking at this from the student side. I need to refresh so that I get the most recent things added. All right, let's look and compare. The first I'm going to look at is the direct link to the slide. So you will see that when the students open that up, it looks much like what yours looks like when you are editing your slide. The difference is going to be that as they scroll around, they're not necessarily going to know what is a link. We know that the book on the bookshelf is a link to a read aloud, but notice that my cursor does not change when I go over it. Students are not going to know what are links. They're going to have to sort of hunt for what might be a link. If they click on it once, then it opens up the link that they can click on to then go. We know that the globe is a link, but nothing happens when I go over it. If I click on the globe, I then get my link that I can click on and go to. So that's one thing that is not necessarily good about the direct link to the slide. What I do like about the direct link to the slide is that my video stays within this box when the student plays it. This video will help you with the initial stages of setting up your bit. If you wanted to have a video embedded of you giving some sort of a lesson, and if you were directing the students then by saying, click on the book on the shelf or click on the globe, then that may not be an issue that they don't see those as they hover over them. And your video stays within that. The other good thing about this is that it is live. If you make a change in your Google slide within your drive, it is automatically changed in their link as well. If you're going to be making changes daily or every couple days, if you're uploading content all the time, this may be a better option for you because it will be live within the slide. That's not going to be the case with the PDF file. So let's go look at the PDF file and see how that looks different for the students. You'll notice right away that it's a little bit smaller, but if the students click at the bottom, it brings it up to be large. Now you will notice that as my cursor moves over an item, it changes to the hand point. I know what is a link because my cursor changes. So it's much easier for the students to find the links that you have embedded on your page. They know that if they click on that, it's going to take them someplace else. There's not a double process to get to something. However, the video that in the direct link was embedded, now when you click on that, opens it up in a whole new tab and begins to play in full screen. If you don't want it to necessarily play within this little box, then that's fine. The other downside is that things are not live. So if you make a change to your slide in your drive and you want it for the students, then you will have to download the file as a PDF again and upload it again for them. And you have to update constantly every time that you make some sort of change in your classroom. So you can see that there are, benefits to both of these. There are drawbacks to both of these. It really just depends on which way is going to work best for you and what you're doing in your classroom. So with the slide, the direct slide, I don't feel like it's as user-friendly, but any video you have will remain in that little box and your slides are live. So any changes you make are going to be immediate on the student end. In the PDF version, I think that it is much easier for the students to see the links and to know what they're supposed to do. However, the video opens up in a new window and your changes will not be live. You will have to go back and download those things again and upload them for the students to see. Hopefully now you have your Google Classroom or your Bitmoji virtual classroom ready to go. And now you can get it out there for people to see. Thanks for listening.